Hi there. I recently had an issue with one of my cheap Amazon GoPro 10 battery chargers. I wound up overcharging my original GoPro 10 battery. In an attempt to pull it out of the camera, it wound up being swollen and I couldn't get the battery out. In an attempt to doing so, I wound up breaking off my pulling tab off the battery itself because it was wedged in. I've looked at other YouTube videos on how to get the battery out, and many of them suggested using a piece of a credit card to slide in around the edges of the battery and try to pull it out. None of this worked, and I didn't have a credit card to pull out. So what I wound up doing was, let's see if it'll focus and let you see it. I wound up running a screw directly into the battery because the battery was no good, and pulling the screw out with a pair of pliers. I just ran the screw by hand into the battery itself because the battery was no good, and then used a pair of pliers and pulled it out. The problem with this is once you get the battery out, the first thing you need to do is remove the screw. I let the screw in and the battery started smoking because I was actually causing and shorting the plates inside the battery itself. So the rule of thumb, I guess, is to only use GoPro products and not the cheap battery chargers on Amazon, because they do have the potential for overcharging your batteries and making it hard for you to get out. I don't know what I would do if I was out in the field and needed to change this battery over to one of my backups to do any of my filming. So this is a quick tip to help you get the battery pulled out of your GoPro if it turns out that it winds up getting swollen to the point where you can't get it out. Of course, the battery is no good once it starts to swell anyway. So if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I post things like this that I have found to help me out, and other issues that I find useful in my day-to-day life. Please consider subscribing. Again, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.